Lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and welcome to another viewer submitted question. Okay, remember we had that exercise that we did over the weekend, and we are going through those questions one by one. I'll start back with my extended reads next week, as per usual, with our Lovers Speak on Monday. Then we have the Karmic Update Wednesday, Metal King Friday, and then we mix it up with a little more extended reads. But for this week, I think I'm just going to be trying to get through some of the questions that you guys asked. Okay, so we'll keep it really short and simple. All right, okay, so today we are going to dive deep into a question submitted. I'm doing the most popular questions, the ones that had the most likes first, and then we'll continue on our way down, right? It was a question submitted by Gananello, and I'm hoping that I did justice to your name, because I'm really funny about names, because I love to pronounce people's names correctly. All right, and also you have to excuse me because I'm back home by my parents, so you're gonna hear natural sounds, you're gonna hear birds, you're gonna hear chickens, you're gonna hear dogs, and you're gonna hear my parents discussing politics. Yeah, all I'm not gonna say which politics they're discussing because some people are sensitive, but they're discussing politics. Okay, so and it gets really passionate in my house. So let's bear with me with that. Okay, you know, when I'm in my own space, I give you all the quiet. All right. So the question she submitted was, how did the DMs feel when they walked away from the DF to be with their choice? And then the second part of this question is this what they desire? Okay, so we're going to go take the first part, break it down, and then we're going to go into the second part, okay? All right, so let's get into this. I'm going to go into the tarot first and ask the question. So I'm going to go, this is the Tarot Grand Lux by Share Marchetti. You see, you hear my parents already. They enjoy entertaining, and they enjoy talking about politics, and they enjoy talking about religion and spirituality. All the things that you're not supposed to talk about, my parents enjoy talking about it. Well, all the things that society says they're not supposed to talk about, they enjoy talking about it. Okay, so here we go. All right. So the question is, how did I'm just going to say one DM, okay? How did DM feel when they walked away from the DF to be with their choice? Well, at the time, okay? So this is past, not how they're feeling now. This is past, when they walked away. All right, so let's go. Spirit, may we have some messages, please? When you communicate with high vibrational beings of light and the levels of higher selves, angels, archangels, spirit guides, the highest vibrational source energy. All right, so we have the Nine of Cups reverse. Sorry, why did I say Nine of Cups? Perhaps it is Nine of Cups reverse, meaning that they felt codependent, but this is the Ten of Cups card. So we have the Ten of Cups reverse. So this is how they felt when they walked away from you, viewer, the one that is watching, right? We have Two of Pentacles in reversed. All right, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. Let's take 5 cards. Why not? We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. We have the Page of Swords reverse. Wow. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. You know, these questions are really giving us some insight and some unexpected information. Seriously, you guys are healing me too. So you know, it's a symbiotic relationship for sure. And then Four of Swords. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. All right, the only one I don't understand is Four of Swords from this lineup, because it doesn't kind of go with what we're seeing here. So I'm just going to clarify, and then I'm going to deliver the message, and then we break it down even further, right? Because we're not just looking at the surface. We're going straight deep, deep, deep emotionally and psychologically and spiritually as well. So why is it here? Okay, for some of them, there was something about a child. This keeps coming up. Something about a child, something about narcissism as well. What else? Why is this Four of Swords here? For some of them, it could have been about sex, and they wanted a new beginning for themselves. What else? I think there was also a sense of optimism. There was also a sense of optimism that they could make it work with this person, especially if they had kids. They thought that they could make it work, one, and they might have had a passionate connection in terms of sexual chemistry. So they thought, you know what? Okay, there's probably kids involved. There's sexual chemistry. That's all we need, right? And what else? And there was some kind of sense of betrayal. Okay, so this was a person in pain and unhealed. So they were not interested in the emotional stuff anyway. Okay, so once they had, there were kids in the mix, they had a sense of optimism. They were in their ego, because this is the card of ego. Okay, they had sexual chemistry with someone, and they were wounded and unhealed. So that combination was very, toxic and potent. They thought, and what's love got to do with it? Okay, that's what was happening. All right, so let's get into these cards. So what were they feeling? They were feeling sad. They were feeling sad. They were feeling like they were walking away from an opportunity to be totally happy. They knew this. I always felt like they didn't recognize the connection. I always felt like they didn't know what they were doing. I always felt like maybe they woke up too late to what the connection meant to them. But no, this is not what this card is saying. This is a card that says, I recognize that this is my happiness and I'm walking away from it for other reasons. So for a lot of them, they knew deep down on a subconscious level, if not a conscious level, and what I'm getting from on a very conscious level, they knew that there was something incredibly special about you. But I'm getting that they were unstable. I'm getting that they were financially unstable. Their foundation wasn't stable, because this is a card of foundation. Their foundation wasn't stable, as in their grounding. The ideas about love and commitment was really warped. And I'm getting that played a huge role in how they viewed happiness and relationships, right? So they weren't stable. So they decide, okay, well, I have the three components we mentioned before. There might have been children involved. They were operating their ego. They had a sense of optimism. And there was also this sexual chemistry. So they thought that would be enough, right? But they weren't stable. And they decided, you know what, maybe I'm ready to settle down. Let me see if I can make it work with this person, right? But in truth and in fact, they were unhealed and very immature. They were very immature. Yes. So they were incredibly immature here. And they were unhealed. And I'm getting that they had a lot of pie in the sky dreams and illusions that they were operating in, and they weren't grounded in reality. Okay, they weren't grounded in reality. So that all was happening here. Okay, let's look psychologically and spiritually what was happening. Right, let's look at them spiritually and psychologically and see what was happening. Let's see what's going on. So spiritually and psychologically, what was happening? All right, so here they are. They were a teacher. And what I'm getting from this, there's some. I think we got this in the last question that we broke down as well. If they were thinking about DF having sex with the karmic. There was somebody upstanding in the community. There was an image that they needed to project, a very traditional image. This is my Hierophant card, and Hierophant is a card about traditional philosophies, traditional spirituality and religious values. So they had that upstanding image to uphold. It says ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So a lot of people looked up to this person and they took that role pretty seriously, right? So they wanted to maintain that image of their world, right? So there was some kind of ego or some kind of image that factored into all of this. We have there a Messiah. Wow. Serving humanity with humility. So this person, deeply connected to spirit, if you didn't know, right? At that time, again, deeply connected to spirit, but I see them again in a public figure role. Okay, they were in a public figure role, and I think they needed some kind of traditional image. And for some reason, this person that they chose, or this path that they chose to take, because a karmic could be a career, right? This fit into this whole image that they were trying to project to the world. Let's see what else. But I'm getting very traditional beliefs. This word Messiah. This is someone, coming to save others, right? So I'm getting this is what we call a rescuer. They like to save people in trouble, and a lot of people in trouble are toxic, right? So they like to save others because they need to be needed. That's how they get their ego stroke, right? So they like to save others. What do we have here? We have vampire, and it says here, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So even then they knew that this connection that they were walking into was toxic, was draining them emotionally and mentally. But this public image, this drive to save others and to save this person, or to be in this kind of hero role, pulled more weight than their own conserving and protecting their own energy. So they were putting other people before their own well-being and happiness. We have here mediator. So what I'm getting from this is that they were trying to find a solution that was just and fair for all involved, right? Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of the argument. So this person was juggling in their head what they should do, and what was the best solution for everybody involved, because they didn't want to hurt anybody. I know that's weird to think of sometimes, especially when we look at their actions, but they didn't want to hurt anybody. They were really weighing the pros and cons, if you can do that with a relationship, of who would be hurt the most, and what was the kind of fallout. And at the end of it, they're like, okay, you know what, this is the road of least resistance, going with the other person. Let's get a couple more cards, and then we look at go deep into their feelings. Yeah. So at the time we have shapeshifter in reverse. So it says what? Project. What did I tell you guys? I told you from the first card I got it. Projecting an image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So again, this person was wearing a mask, and for some reason this other person or this career had what this person wanted to project. They couldn't project that image with you at their side, because with you at their side, you were forcing them to be authentic. They didn't want to be authentic. They didn't want anyone to know the real them. They wanted people to remain focused and blinded by all that was glittering. And you were not glittering in that sense. You were glowing. You were shining, right, with a lighter spirit. They didn't want that. No. They wanted glitter that would bedazzle people, so people wouldn't delve deeper and see what a mess they were inside, or what a mess their family was inside. They just wanted that glitz, that glamour. And I don't think they felt that they could have it with you. They couldn't keep up that mask with you. You're an authentic person. Okay? And then we have here poet in reverse. What is this? Turns a lyric gift into negative or destructive effect. So what I'm getting here, this person had the gift of gab. You see? Words flow out of their mouth. Words that are truly inspiring, but they were using it for the dark. So this person, pathological liar, could be manipulator as well. Whatever it is, they weren't being their authentic self. Okay? They wouldn't be in their authentic self. Let's get one more card. So you see what was happening with this person. This person had an image to project, and your authenticity was would not have fit in. You would not have fit in with the crowd that they were running in. They were fake. They were plastic. You were not plastic. And we have here child wounded. So we know that their childhood wounds that was acting out here. Well, I told you from info before that their foundation was unstable. Okay? And we have the cock crowing. So we know there's a betrayal here in their foundation. Damn. Thanks, Spirit. So there was some kind of betrayal in their foundation that made them distrust relationships, distrust love, and possibly distrust love. That's what I want to say. I was about to say, and probably distrust spirit too. That's what came to my mind. But anyway, it'll resonate for whoever it has to resonate for. Okay. And then we have here child wounded. So this is a wounded child, right? The person that we're tapping into blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. So they had it. Resist moving on through forgiveness. So they weren't facing their wounding. They weren't ready to move on. They just wanted to hide their pain and everything that was going on inside. And they couldn't do that with you. You saw through them. They didn't want anybody to see through them. They just wanted the mask there. Don't dive deeper. Just deal with the mask. So they chose someone superficial that will stay there just on the surface, just like them. They didn't want authenticity. Okay? And then we have here hedonist. It says, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life. Celebrates the beauty in yourself. So this person was very concerned about their self-image, but also they had an image of the okay, crows. Okay, cocks. We get the idea, right? They had an image. They're saying Judas, right? The betrayal, right? They had an image of what the good life for them was going to be. And the good life was, the glitz and the glamour. And again, they couldn't do that with you. They couldn't do that with you. They could have had the glitz and the glamour in a different sort of sense with you, meaning being authentic, you working towards your ascension, delving into your spirituality, being abundant. But for them, they wanted the glitz, the mask, keeping up with the Joneses, that kind of stuff. And somehow this partner that they chose was into that kind of plastic life. And that's why they chose. All right, so let's go into their emotional self now. What were they feeling when they walked away from you to be with this other person or do this other career? What were they feeling inside, deep inside? All right. They were feeling numb. So this person was disconnected from their heart space, right? They were feeling numb. They had blocked out all their emotions because that's what they had to do in order to leave you behind. They had to disconnect. So they just put the wall around their heart and try to forget you. What were they feeling? They were remorseful. They're sorry. They were sorry. Even as they did it, they were sorry. So don't think that, they were just cold and heartless and they felt nothing. No. They felt remorseful. They did, but I think they were trying to do what they considered to be the right thing. They were trying to do the right thing. So they shut all their emotions off. They isolated themselves from you and from other people. And they just went through the motions. They just went through the motions. Listen, I love my deck because it really gets down to it. They were motivated because they had this dream in their head and they thought with this person, their dreams could come true. So they were feeling really motivated as well. What else? What else were they feeling, Spirit? What else were they feeling? They were intrigued. They were intrigued by everything about you. And they were intrigued as to what this new life would look like with this other partner. All right. So they were just, I think there was an excitement for the future because there was a kind of burden that they were feeling with juggling. And then when they release that burden by actually making a choice, I think they focused on the future and see, you know, if they could really be happy with this person. And I think they were really trying to try. They were in their pride and ego. They were in their pride and ego. They were in their pride and ego. I don't think they were interested in delving deep into any other emotions. They were just in their pride and ego. What else were they feeling? I told you, there's a freedom that they felt. They felt free. I think they were totally bogged down by this juggling situation or this choice between two. And finally, when they made that choice, it was like temporarily a weight lifted off of their shoulder. Because the intensity of what they were feeling for you, and then the pull and codependency of this other person, it was tearing them in two. So just making a choice made them feel free. They were paranoid. They thought that you would hurt them. They thought that you would be like everyone else and would hurt them. And they would be really hurt because they felt this intense connection. This person that they chose couldn't hurt them. Couldn't hurt them. It doesn't matter what this person did. It couldn't hurt them. But you, if you did something to them, you could hurt them. Plus, they might have thought that you were with someone else. Okay? Okay. How are they feeling now? How are they feeling about making this choice now? We have judgment. Ay, ay, ay. Scorpionic energy. We have Ace of Pentacles, reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have the Fool, reverse. Oh my God. Aries. We have the Strength card in reverse. Leo. And we have the Ace of Cups in the upright. That's beautiful. So how are they feeling now? They are wide awake. They are wide awake. So if you're watching this and you know for sure you're in a twin flame connection, them walking away and the whole situation that unfolded after triggered them a massive spiritual awakening and a transformation. So they are wide awake right now. For some of them, they never got that abundance that they thought they would have. So they are still financially unstable, and some of them might have even lost finances, more finances than they ever would have imagined. Right now, they're feeling foolish, right? We have the Fool card in reverse. So that's the card of being foolish. So they're feeling foolish right now. They're feeling weak, and they don't think that they have the courage to come back around and let you know that they made the wrong choice. And right now, what they're looking to do is try to manifest a new beginning in love. Their cup runneth over now with love for you. No more numbness. Let's go into these cards. Spirit, how are they feeling now? So here we are, power hungry. I'm going to clarify this card and see what this means. How are they feeling now? Burdened. How are they feeling now? They're thankful. So I'm going to clarify all of these. How are they feeling now? Contemplative. They're always thinking, aren't they? They're always in that hangman mode. Let's get 4 more cards. How are they feeling now? Reckless. Like they want to take that leap of faith. How are they feeling now? Shy. How interesting. How are they feeling now? Projection. Let's see what they're projecting. And then let's get 1 more card and then we clarify. You have to watch. Okay. And then we have inventive, which is trying to manifest, trying to manipulate a situation, and solution oriented. Okay, so let's clarify some of these cards, guys. So it looks like whatever they walked away from you for, it is not what they wanted, because they would be a lot happier, right? Okay, so why are they power hungry? What's happening? Okay. And we have judgment again. They're seeing things absolutely clearly. They're seeing things clearly. They're seeing that they did what they did because they wanted power, whether it was economic power, whether it was spiritual power. They wanted power, right? And they wanted money. So they're recognizing that now, right? They did what they did because they wanted power. They felt powerless or disempowered, and somehow they felt that the relationship that they were going into would empower them. Now they feel burdened. Why? Okay, they're feeling burdened because they're here stuck with this, which is reverse Queen of Swords. And we know reverse Queen of Swords, she's no joke. So they're stuck with Queen of Swords and they're in love. So now they're feeling burdened, right? And they know Queen of Swords, she is very abusive. Okay, why are they thankful? They're thankful for you, DF. They're thankful for you. So them walking away, or you walking away from them, or you putting your boundary, made them recognize your worth. And now, having compared, they are so thankful for you. Well, we know why they're contemplative, because they're trying to figure out how to get out of there. Reckless. What's this reckless about? What's reckless about, Spirit? Right, they're trying to figure out how to squash this conflict between you guys, and they're willing to do anything to squash this conflict. Spirit, why are they shy? It's so cute. What a cute word. Aww. You see, they want to get apologize for all the mind games and all the sneaking around, and they're thinking about the ways that they hurt you. Oh, so it's embarrassment. It's embarrassment, and they don't know if they can face you. Oh wow, what was this projection? What are they projecting, and to whom? Okay, so we see a 3 of Wands in reverse, the 3 of Cups in reverse. You know what they were doing? They were projecting all their unhappiness and their frustration onto you before. They didn't recognize that they were just unhappy within their own selves and their own life. They blamed you for all of that. Or they might have been blaming the other person too, the third party. But now they realize it was something internal. Okay? All right, so let's ask the question directly. Was the other situation what they wanted? Spirit, was the other situation what they wanted? Is that what they desired? We have the 7 of Wands. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. Wow. We have the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, and the Hermit. Clearly they did not find what they were looking for, because now, let me clarify this 7 of Wands. That's going to tell me everything. So this is my abundance card, and it's in reverse. And you see, they're looking to take a leap of faith in a new direction. So no, it wasn't what they wanted. And that's why they're saying goodbye to the third party, if it hasn't happened already. They're saying goodbye to the third party. They've made up their mind. Okay, I'm getting that the third party betrayed them, probably was sneaking around, but you know, that's just karma. Whatever you do comes back around, right? Okay, so they got their karma. So it looks like this third party, whilst they were there busy sneaking around, the third party was sneaking around on them. So here they are, contemplative in hermit mode, trying to figure out what's their next move. Okay, so let me get some advice for you. So we see when they walked away, again, a lot of things floating around in their mind, right? They had a lot of objectives. They just couldn't see how they could remain wearing their mask and have you in their life, okay? Definitely not what they wanted. Now they want to come back around and take a leap of faith, right? But what do you need to do right now? So they're trying to figure themselves out. What do you need to be doing? Spirit, just give us a message. Why not? Take two. What's the message? Spirit is saying you focus on your abundance, honey. That's what Spirit is saying. You focus on your abundance, and you know, this is a message from Spirit. Spirit is saying, make sure that when this person comes back around, because they are coming, make sure that you know your worth. Okay? Make sure that you know your worth. Look at them here agonizing, trying to get to you, the treasure. You don't let anybody inside until they have proven themselves. And then Spirit is saying despondence. So you might have, been really hurt by this person's actions. But Spirit is saying, look at this from a different perspective. You see, she's focused straight across horizontally, right? So this is a 3D world. And in the 3D world, everything looks sad, brown and gray. But you see, if she looks towards Spirit, looks vertically, then she will see that Spirit is about to bless her with a whole new world of abundance. And what she might have thought was some kind of rejection was protection, because that was her spirit guides weaving this web that was going to take her out of harm's way. So that's the spirit guides here, about to bless her with a whole new world and abundance. So there's no need to be despondent. Whatever happened, that was Spirit's protection, okay? So you have to change your perspective. Don't look horizontally at the material world. You look towards Spirit, and you will find the answers, and you will change your perspective, and you will come out of this despondence. Because trust me, if this person had chosen you at that particular time, being the person that they were, having the wounding that they had, you would be in a mess right now. I'm just saying. Okay? So guys, I hope this helped you. Remember, one click can do so much. So click like, click subscribe, put a smiley face, a sad face, an angry face below, and click on any of the ads during the video, because that keeps this flow of abundance going. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And Cananello, thank you very much for that question. Okay, bye.